Pre-Sonic Boom. Rainbow Dash and Anon. Heartswarming Eve. Hate Potion ending. Be the next morning. Slowly open your eyes, holding your hand up to block the sun. Either Celestia is a lifesaver for waking you up at this time, or she just likes to fuck with you. Fuck/thank you, Celestia. You look down to see Rainbow curled up on your chest. Daw.jpg. Slowly bring your head to hers, placing a soft kiss on her nose. Morning, Dashie. She slowly opens her eyes to meet yours, smiling warmly up at you. Morning, Anon, she says, slowly crawling up to where she's eye level with you. How'd you sleep? Like I haven't in years. You smile, placing another kiss on her lips. Same here, she says, returning the kiss, before pushing off the couch, floating just above you. Well, come on, breakfast isn't going to make itself, you know. She winks playfully at you, before flying off into the kitchen. Always full of energy, even in the morning. You sit up, grabbing a pair of pants to slip on before walking into the kitchen behind her. So, what'd you want? You turn the corner into the kitchen. What do you have? She asks, looking at you. I could cook a few eggs if you want. Ever had some? She shakes her head. Never had them before. Fuck yeah, .jpg. Time to show her how much being a bachelor has helped your cooking skills. You grin, cracking 2 eggs and begin frying them in the skillet. She's watching carefully. Decide to entertain her a bit, putting a small show as you cook. You manage successfully to flip the eggs in the air and catch them in the skillet. After about 2 minutes, they're fully cooked. You get 2 plates and put the eggs onto each. You walk over and place them on the table in front of her and you. She eyes it for a moment, before taking a bite. Her eyes widen before digging in like insane. Whoa, these are awesome! Where'd you learn to make something like this? You smirk. Living on your own sometimes isn't all bad. It gives you a chance to experiment with different foods and spices. You sit and start eating as well. Holy shit, this is good. You really outdid yourself. Both of you eventually finish eating. You go and start cleaning the plates. Rainbow flies over and wraps her forehooves around your neck, nuzzling into your hair. Thanks for breakfast. That was amazing, she whispers. You smile, turning your head to place a soft kiss on her cheek. Suddenly, a knock at your door. I'll get it, she says, floating over to the door and opening it. Fluttershy and Applejack. Oh hey, what's up? Rainbow asks, surprised. We have something to give you. To make up for all the stuff we put you through, Applejack says. What are you talking about? Rainbow raises an eyebrow, confused. Listen, Sugar Cube, we're both real sorry about all that's been going on, Applejack says, reaching into her saddlebag. She pulls out a strange vial, filled with some kind of liquid. So we brought y'all a little something as a peace gift. What is it? You hear Rainbow ask, as you finish up the last plate, moving to put it away to dry. It's Transforming Potion from Zecora, Applejack says. Your eyes widen, and you nearly drop the plate mid-movement. Did such a thing really exist? Could it ever work? Oh yeah, magic and shit in this world. Of course it would. What's it do? Rainbow asks, eyeing the vial of liquid as Applejack gives it to her. It's really something, Fluttershy says. It lets you turn into the species of whatever you want. All it takes is adding 1 hair from the species into the potion, and then you drink it, and BAM! She exclaims quietly. Kinda makes sense. You're still suspicious. How long does it last? You turn around and walk over to the door with the other 3. Zecora told Fluttershy it would only last for half a day, before wearing off, Applejack says. Suddenly even more suspicious. You know for a fact that Applejack can't tell a lie, but would only know the truth she was told. Rainbow turns to you and smiles. So I could be a human if I took this? Hold on. What kind of other effects can we expect from this, Fluttershy? You look at the yellow Pegasus, eyeing her carefully for any signs of lying. Zecora didn't tell me about any other effects that could happen, she says. Doesn't look like she's lying. Alright, let's get those over with. You reach up to your head and pluck out 1 hair. You hold it up to Rainbow. You're absolutely sure about this, Rainbow? She nods. It'll be a bit weird to get used to walking around on 2 feet, but I'll get the hang of it, carefully placing the hair into the vial. The hair fizzles and dissolves on contact. Suddenly even less sure about this. What if it's some kind of crazy potion? Too late. Rainbow just downed the whole thing. She sticks her tongue out in disgust a bit, but swallows it all. All 3 of you eye her, waiting for the effects to take place. How are you feeling, Rainbow? Applejack asks, watching carefully. I don't feel all that different, she says, holding up a hoof in front of her. Suddenly, her eyes widen, and she begins to tremble a bit. Her head drops and she's still for a moment. Rainbow? You alright? You kneel down in front of her. She looks up, an angry look in her eyes. Get the fuck away from me, you freak! She exclaims, bringing a hoof up to your chin, knocking you back. You quickly look up, surprised. You've never seen her act like this before. She's up on all fours, in an attacking position, her wings upright. Whoa there, Sugar Cube! What do you think you're doing? Applejack exclaims, holding a hoof out in front of her. That freak mated with me! She scowls at Applejack. He's going to pay for it if it's the last thing I do! She growls intimidatingly at you. You get back to your feet, holding a hand out. Rainbow? What's going on? I should ask you the same thing, you perverted alien! Rainbow growls angrily. What do you think gives you the right to be in this world with us? Why don't you go back to your own little world and leave us alone? You're at a loss for words. What's going on here? Applejack, I think Rainbow needs to cool off a bit, Fluttershy says, turning to Applejack. Applejack nods, pushing Rainbow out of the house, kicking and screaming in anger in the process. Fluttershy moves quickly to the door. Don't worry, Anon, she says, looking at you. We'll do our best to make sure everything's better. She closes the door. You walk over to the vial, falling to your knees, never taking your eyes off it. What could have happened? Zecora might have the answer. You've only been in the Everfree Forest once, and you know that the closest entrance to the forest is right in the path of Fluttershy's house. Fuck. You get to your feet, picking up the vial and tucking it away in your pocket. You go collect some clothing and supplies, slinging them over your back before leaving your house. Everything seems darker all of a sudden, not nearly as bright and vibrant, full of life. Well, time to get your ass in gear, and get to the bottom of this. You quickly set off towards the forest as fast as your legs will carry you. Running with Rainbow has definitely helped your speed and agility. You're closing in on the forest faster than you had expected. And with the forest comes Fluttershy. Right on time. Fucking fuck. Oh, hey, Anon. Rainbow's not doing so well, so I brought her back to her home, she says innocently. You're really not in the mood at this point, so you keep walking. She floats softly beside you. So, I was wondering, since she's acting like this, would you be willing to... You grab her by the mane, pulling her down so that she's directly in eye level with you. You stare against her own stare. You win. She's scared out of her jimmies. Fuck yeah, .jpg. Fluttershy, I'm not in the mood for that bullshit right now. If you have something important to say, then tell me. Okay, she whispers almost inaudibly, floating down to the ground. What kind of potion was that you gave to Rainbow? She's too nervous and too scared to answer. You wait for a few seconds before snapping off towards the forest. Wait! It's too dangerous to go alone! She exclaims quietly. Leroy Jenkins! You sprint off down the trail, into the forest, like a boss.mp3. You shouldn't have done that. Fuck, you have no idea where you are. Slowly and carefully you walk through the forest, keeping an eye out for poison joke. You remember your first encounter with the plant. Never again will you look at cabbages the same way again. You start walking further down the trail towards Zecora. You've only been there once, and even then it was hard for you to understand exactly what it was she was saying. After 15 to 20 minutes, you come to a hollowed-out home inside of a tree. You knock on the door, and you hear shuffling and a few clanks of various glasses inside as she comes to the door. She looks up at you, and smiles. Why, Anon, a pleasure to see you. Tell me, what can I do? You take out the vial from earlier. Fluttershy and Applejack came by earlier today, and gave Rainbow a drink of this. They said it was from you, so I assumed you would know what happened. She takes the vial and eyes it for a few moments. Ah, quite a handful this potion is. The potion itself makes the imbiber quite invidious. She turns to face you. Not one to be trifled with in this state. Your rainbow friend is seething with hate. Be wary for 12 hours, good Anon. Or you shall quickly be pushing up flowers, she says, sighing a bit. I can't do that, Zecora. You know that as well as I do. She shakes her head. Do this you must, or your relations with Rainbow Dash will turn to dust. Your eyes widen. So anything that happens during the potion... will be permanent? She nods.
The natural effects, they will go away. However, if anything irks her before the potion wears off, the effects will be there to stay.
You think hard for a moment. Is there anything that would cancel out the effects of the potion? Zecora thinks hard. Then her eyes widen and she smiles and nods.
Such a natural remedy to fix this problem for you folk. All she needs is another drink, filled with poison joke.
She chuckles lightly. Shit.
Are you sure there's no other way?
She shakes her head. Fuck. All right. Where's the nearest patch of that plant? She points out the window, and you can clearly see a small patch of blue flowers. She hands you a pair of gloves.
Anon, be careful with handling the poison joke, for it will affect you with the slightest poke.
You nod, heading out the door. Thanks. I'll be back in just a bit. You head out of the house toward the patch of the poison joke, slipping on the gloves. Hopefully you can get them quickly before they have a chance to affect you. You kneel down, just on the edge of the patch, pluck 3 from the ground, and place them in your bag. You quickly get back to the hut, and place them into a mortar, as Zecora instructs.
Now the plant must be ground, for the ingredients we need to be found, she says.
You nod, grinding the plants into a fine powder, using a nearby pestle set on the table. She smiles, taking the mortar, and placing it on a storage shelf. She adds water, and then has you light a fire under the concoction. Eventually it comes to a boil, and you quickly remove it, pouring the contents into another vial. Zecora nods.
The potion is now complete. Now to have her drink it, that is no easy feat. If I may, a word with her first. Then you add it to something that will quench her thirst. I will have her come to this place. That way the effects can be gone without a trace.
So, basically you're going to bring her here, and while you're away I'm supposed to make 2 drinks for you and her, add the potion to one, and then have her drink it?
Precisely, my bipedal friend. We shall see that this problem has an end,
she says, smiling and placing a reassuring hoof on your shoulder, before walking out the door, on the trail towards Ponyville. You close the door, and quickly make do on fixing 2 cups of tea. I can't let her stay mad at me like this. I don't know if I could bear it. After around 30 minutes, you look out the window and see 2 figures slowly approaching. You make yourself hidden, hiding behind her barrels and crates of herbs, as they walk into the hut.
A fine pleasure it is, to have a friend like you to come visit me like this. Come, I already have tea ready. Let us sit and be merry.
Rainbow's scowl seems to have faded a bit, but you know well not to let yourself be known.
Yeah.
So, what's been going on here lately? Sorry about all that stuff earlier. I've been dealing with a lot of things. Zecora smiles and nods, handing Rainbow a cup.
Ah, think nothing of it, child. Even I have a tendency at times to become a bit wild.
She chuckles lightly. Rainbow takes the cup, sniffing it a bit. This have mint or something in it? She asks, raising an eyebrow at Zecora. Zecora nods.
Not quite a mint, but something much more similar to a bean. We call it coffee, and yes, it's chock full of energizing caffeine, she says, smiling and taking a sip.
Rainbow hesitates for a moment, but then nods, taking a sip as well. You breathe a mental sigh of relief. It worked. Now all that's left is to wait.
So tell me, child, what was it that irked you? Hopefully there is something I can do,
Zecora says, smiling.
Shit, what if it takes too long to work?
Rainbow thinks for a moment, then eyes Zecora fiercely.
It was Anon. He mated with me last night,
she says, looking off out the window. Zecora gasps a bit.
Oh my, there is quite a story to that, I assume. Please, enlighten me on what happened in that room,
she snickers lightly. Rainbow blushes a bit, but still scowls, looking at her drink.
He made me feel like a true grown mare, she says, but it was wrong. He took advantage of me. How could I have even considered mating with someone like him?
Zecora thinks silently for a moment.
A strange thing the heart of a young mare is, she says, but she must follow it in order to achieve pure bliss.
Rainbow stares down into the tea, letting out the heaviest sigh you've heard from her.
The thing is, when it happened, it was the best thing I could possibly imagine, she says, looking up at Zecora. I've never felt anything like that before, and it was completely new to me, and I loved it.
She smiles weakly.
He even made me breakfast this morning, but...
Her eyes lower a bit.
After that, it's all kind of a blur. I woke up on the ground, and all of a sudden, I was furious at him for something.
Rainbow finishes her tea, setting it on the table.
Thanks for being a listening ear, Zecora. It helped out a lot. This tea, too. Great stuff. You should remember the recipe you used,
she says, a smile slowly beginning to form.
Right now, though, I need to find Anon. I have a lot of explaining to do.
No, you've said quite enough, Rainbow. I've heard all I needed to hear. Her eyes widen, and slowly she turns to face you.
Anon? But how? What's going on?
Zecora smiles at Rainbow.
A potion was the cause of your anger, young mare. So Anon came and asked me to help rid you of its flare.
Rainbow's jaw opens a bit in surprise, and then she looks down at the cup.
You put something in my tea!
She exclaims. Only to counter the potion that Fluttershy and Applejack gave you. I couldn't leave you like that, no way. You walk over to her, and pull her into a tight hug. I'm so sorry I let them talk me into letting you do that, Rainbow. I won't let it happen again, I promise. She begins to tear up a bit, and hugs you back, burying her head into your chest.
Damn it, you're embarrassing me, Anon. Not in front of Zecora like this.
Zecora stifles a chuckle.
Not to worry, young mare. For anything that happens stays here, she says, smiling.
You smile at Zecora. Thank you again for helping me fix all of this. I'll be sure to pay you back somehow, someday. Zecora waves her hoof.
Not at all, my friend. For helping two young lovers is a reward I can take to the end.
You stand up, holding Rainbow in your arms. Let's go home, Rainbow. How's that sound? She smiles and nods.
That's the best idea I've heard all day.
You open the door and walk out.
Farewell, young lovers. Please come again, and...
She stumbles over her words for a moment, then widens her eyes. Trollface.jpg. ZecoraRageface.jpg. End. I actually enjoyed writing that one a long time ago. I should do it again sometime. I haven't done much with Zecora. She's pretty fun to write, if you're able to rhyme. But, yeah. Next up is Prego Dash. It begins.